Oh girl, every time I've tried to record this video and every time I've hated it, I think proves how much I'm overthinking this shit. Yeah, so I'm home for college. Obviously, this is not what my dorm looks like, but hello. Oh, but I'm home, and I noticed in the last video, like, it felt too calm. I think I've been struggling with that too, low-key. Not necessarily as much as a familial sense as I usually am. Like, it's actually very calm here right now. And that's why I'm like a bit nervous about being home. It has hit the fan. Yeah. I hate being home really because there's a lot of reasons. I can't go anywhere. I can't go anywhere. I can't do anything. Specifically without my mom. Like, I've been begging her since I came home to let me drive her car because my car doesn't work anymore. My sister came in while I was recording, and I don't really feel like having her stare at me while I record. Anyway. No, yeah, but that's another reason why I hate being home, because I have no privacy. Like, y'all keep seeing me in this bathroom. It's because I have nowhere else to record, because that used to be my room, and then we moved my sister in when I went to college last year. So now we share a room, and I have no privacy. And it feels weird because I also have friends to call. I also have like things like I just like to sit in my room and do. Like, I would like to listen to like my music and play my music loud as fuck, but I can't because she's in there and she's playing her stuff and her TV is always on fucking 100. And it's like, can we be a bit y'all? I was like, there's no other room in the house. There's no other room in the house. That was my room. That was my space. I don't have a space here. At college, I have a space. I'm ready to go back. Send me back now. I mean, I go back like literally a week from today. I'm so excited. Another thing, like, what was I even saying before I had to stop recording? Oh, I can't go anywhere without my mom, which feels very like, ugh. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like I have to ask to go somewhere. She has to decide if she wants to let me go, and then I have to ride with her and go all the other places we have to stop. And it's like, and the thing is, like, I'll be thinking it's just like a one-way trip, like we're going to the hair store and then we're coming back. No. Then once we get to the hair store, you're like, oh yeah, also I have to go get salmon, and your grandma asked me to take her trash out, and then also this and that. And I'm like, I wasn't informed, so I don't really know what you want me, like. And then, like, I'm always getting like yelled at for wanting to stay in my room all day. Like, that's not what I do at college. Like, I do that with my friends and stuff, but like towards the end of the semester, I started getting more into just like being in my room alone, or just like staying with my girlfriend alone or whatever. And so now when I want to just like chill in my room, it's a problem. But then when I go downstairs and try to like talk to you, it's also a problem. So what I'm hearing is that I should stop existing so that neither of them are an issue. But also, it's just like I miss being able to just go where I want and come back. Like the light rail, the train, the tram, Ubers, everything where am I go to? I can't even order an Uber to leave here. I can't order food here. And like, of course, like your parents' house, their rules, whatever the fuck. But it's like, I can't even get a sweet treat. Like, y'all, I miss my 2 a.m. Jack in the Box run. I miss it. I miss my cookout runs. I miss like staying up and not getting yelled at for staying up, because this isn't college. I don't get to do what I want here. And the thing I want to do is like stay up till like 3 a.m. The way I laugh, I realize I laugh like that in like every video. And it's kind of like, I don't know if it's necessarily annoying to y'all. I don't find it annoying, really. I'm just like, I do it like every time I say something I think is remotely funny. And that in itself is funny to me. No, but also on a deeper level, I hate being home because when you start to notice like all the things that people did that annoyed you, and they're on such a smaller scale. When like you're away, but then when you come back, you're like, damn, you really pissed me off. You make me want to rock your shit. You're making me lose my mind, and I don't know what to do, because it's not even parents. It's like siblings too. Like, My thing with being home is I really have no one to talk to about what goes on in my house, because even my sister, because I don't know if it's just because like she's beginning to be a teenager or whatever, but she takes like, I'll sit there in silence and she'll take it as me being upset or being like a baby, and she'll switch. Like that wasn't the best example actually, but there will be times where like we're sitting there, we're talking about our mom, and then I'll bring up like something else my mom did and she'll be like, oh my god, let it go, when you know exactly how bad mom is and how upset she makes me. So I don't really understand. I thought we were on the same team. What happened to teamwork? But like, I just feel very cut off because all my friends are outside of the house and I'm stuck inside of the house. And that's why I want to drive. I miss driving. Driving was my one thing where I could just, like, I couldn't go anywhere I wanted, like when, but during the day at least, I could just drive around. You know, I'd be paying for my own gas and things like that. And I just could go anywhere. I could go sit in the parking lot. I could go drive to Walmart, Target. I could, you know, go pick up some food. Just go sit anywhere and just think. And in my car I would be able to blast my music and scream as loud as I want and everything. Now I can't do that because I don't have a car. Also, for people who are like, I don't know. No, because like also you come home and for me, I remember everything that's happened in this house. Like I remember what happened over there in that corner. I remember what happened right here. I remember what happened in the hallway, down the hallway, in my room, downstairs. I remember what happened there everywhere. Every piece of this house, it, like even in my room, like when it was still my room, is filled with bad memories. So I hate coming home and remembering those bad memories and having to act like I don't feel a type of way stepping into the house every time. Like, yeah, I do remember when you found out I like girls and you straddled me on the floor and started questioning if I like girls, even though you just read my fucking text messages asking somebody to be my girlfriend. So I don't know why you asked me that question. But yeah, I remember that. I remember you bruising my hip with the yo-yo literally last year because I accidentally broke something, which I didn't mean to break, and I apologized and I cleaned it up, and you bruised my hip. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember you berating me in the living room, telling me that I can't be trans because you wouldn't allow that. You barely allowed me to be pansexual, and you wonder why I'm not coming out to you now. Like, why would I tell you I'm anything other than what you think so that you can hate me even more? I won't do that. I just won't tell you, and you won't be invited to the wedding. Right. Every time like I think about not coming home, I remember that song. It's like, maybe I'll see you at Christmas. Maybe I'll see you at New Year. Because next year I probably won't, to be honest. I'm so ready to go back, y'all. Like, it's actually like tweaking me out. Like, there's a lot of that's happened since I've been home. Every time I come home, it's kind of like, release me! Because it always feels like it's like I have this small bit of me that wants it to be cool and wants it to be like chill, and I come home and we're all kumbaya and we're healing and we're better, and then it's like you're yelling at me again because I didn't clean something you specifically didn't tell me to clean, when you know that I'm doing the specific instruction you gave me and not like extra stuff that apparently was common sense that I was supposed to do and I didn't know I was supposed to do. No, but it's also like I remember every, like, most words that were said. I remember all the like the pain that's in the house, like, and it's like now you know that you're not supposed to be treated this way and that you're healing and everything, but it's still hard to speak up against that because they are your parents. And I know some people are like, oh, you don't have to respect your parents. I believe that. I don't, like, be grateful that, you know, they gave you a house and the clothes and everything, and, you know, spiral on the fact that they brought you into the world without your knowledge. But also, I don't feel like you have to respect your parents if they don't respect you. I don't feel that way with any adult. Like, I'm not gonna respect you just because you're an adult. And then also growing up, like, you thought that once you became an adult, you would be right because all adults were right in your life. And then that's not true because you're not even seen as an adult when you are becoming an adult. Like, yeah, I'm a young adult, but I shouldn't still be treated like I'm 11 and don't know anything about the world, and just because you kept me sheltered means I'm a fucking idiot. Like, oh my god. Oh my god. There was this one time where like we were, so in my dorm, I lived on the first floor of my dorm last year, and that floor specifically was apparently where all the fucking weed smokers just fucking like congregated. Like, so, oh, sorry. And so I walked out the door, and of course it smells like fucking weed. The whole hallway smells like weed, specifically the end that I lived on. So I walk out the door, bringing my luggage, you know, I'm coming home for winter break. And my mom's like, what's that? I'm like, what's what? Because I'm not smelling it. I've gotten used to it now. I don't really smell it. And then I'm like, is it weed? She's like, how do you know what weed smells like? Let's pretend for a second that I'd never been introduced to weed before that, right? Something she knows, but let's pretend, right? Does she think I'm an idiot? Because of course I know what weed is. I went to high school. Your brother smokes weed. He smokes weed. He smells like weed. I know what it smells like. I feel like just because you keep your child sheltered, like you didn't keep me sheltered enough to not know anything about the world. And you tried to make me believe that I didn't know anything about the world by reinforcing that in my head, but I do. And that's what I'm talking about with the like still being treated like I'm 11 even though I'm fucking 19, because I'm still treated like I don't know anything and I'm not intelligent enough to figure things out on my own, or like I don't have to be constantly reminded of something after you literally just told me. Like, I don't know. Anyway, then also like I remember how you made me feel, and I remember my childhood, and it's all these things just bubbling up and like coming up and coming out. Like, I know that I wrote letters. I made a TikTok about this. I thought it was funny. I'm very sorry that many people could relate, low-key, but I made this TikTok. It's the, oh, I am the way I am because da-da-da-da, blase, blase. Mine was, I am the way I am because I wrote, like, why do you hate me letters, and left them at her door, expecting her to tell me what I did wrong, when she never would. Yeah. But, yeah. I don't know. It's also like I feel like I have no freedom. I've been stuck in the house ever since I came back. The only times I've gone out is when everybody went out. Or like when my grandma took me to get my nails done at the very beginning of break. The one other time I went out was when my friends and I had dinner together. Other than that, I have not really been out of the house unless everybody else has been out of the house with me. And I just want my space and my privacy and my time back. Because even though like I can sit in the room and chill and we can sit there for hours and do our own things, I'm still sharing the space with somebody. So I don't feel completely alone, and I still don't feel like I have that space, you know? And yeah, and also, I don't know, it's like you, like the energy, like, I don't want to sound crazy, okay? Don't think I'm crazy, please. But there is an energy of a toxic household, and you feel that energy start to like come over you when you come back home. Coming back home is terrible. Also, big reason I don't like to come home is because even when I'm away from home, it's still bullshit. And that's crazy that I can't even be in what I call my bubble in my space without it being invaded, you know? And not invaded like long term, but just this year, so many things have happened. Like, I guess this past year, or for past semester or whatever of college, so much has happened that has like broken me down. And then I just have to come home and act like everything's cool. Like act like that didn't happen, and that you don't still hold this secret animosity towards me. Like, I get parents who keep their kids sheltered and know they kept their kids sheltered, because that's the thing, my mom knows she kept me sheltered. And she admitted that when I told her about my locks, because I didn't tell her I was locking my hair. Because last time I told her I was doing something that I didn't think she would agree with, she acted like I couldn't come home. Which, I understand, like, your child's not listening to you. That's not, like, your child did something that you didn't want them to do. Cool. I don't think it warrants you yelling at me and telling me that you're gonna stop paying for my school, that you're not gonna let me see my sisters, or you're not gonna bring me home for spring break. I think that's insane. All over a septum ring, mind you. But, oh shit, oh my god. I like tried to scoot over and I almost ended my life. Well, I lost my train of thought. But like, it's just broken me down so bad that like, that's the reason I don't like to be home. Also, I hate when people are like, oh, well, you obviously can't come from, and like nobody said this to me, but I've seen them say it to other people. Oh my god, stay on my head. Get on my head! But I hate when people are like, oh, well, you obviously don't live in an abusive household because you can go home and you do this and you do that. If it was so bad and you wouldn't go home. I don't know where we got that rhetoric. I don't know where we got that, like, thought process. That's kind of crazy. Because, one, people still have good and bad days in their abusive households. There are good days where everything's good and everything's nice. You know, you may have like a little argument, but it's not anything too severe. Then you have the bad days where everything explodes. And I don't know, I feel like y'all, people just put like abuse all around, not even just like parental abuse. Parental abuse is very, not, I don't know if ignored is the right word, but very downplayed because they're your parent, and so somehow they have like ownership over your body and your life because they made you or whatever the fuck. But like, that doesn't, y'all, there's sunscreen in my eye. Oh my god. But that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. Like, they don't own your, what is it, your autonomy? That's not the word I might tell myself, actually, because like, I should have autonomy. Sorry, I should. But anyway, yeah, that's kind of a part I wanted to add, because I know a lot of people, sometimes they're like, oh, well, you know, I've never seen your parent act that way, or, oh, but you said your mom like took you to the store yesterday and she was so nice to you, she bought you treats, she can't possibly be abusive. There are good and bad days, and I feel like we need to be more empathetic to victims of abuse and things like that, just in general, to be honest, because y'all are all weird, apathetic losers. Anyway, because I can't even move past it. Like, I know people are like, oh, you have to forgive to move on or whatever, heal or whatever the fuck. I don't care. I am not a forgive and forget type person when it comes to my mom. I can't do that. I don't feel like it's healthy to just move on from those things anymore. So sorry, I won't. And also, there's, on a not so deep level, I'm not used to being around children this long anymore. Like, I'm at school longer than I'm at home now. So when I come home and there's all this like energy, like, I know I'm very chaotic and silly and everything, but it's like a different type with my sisters, or my sister, my one sister. It just like gets so much, and I'm like, let me out this bitch! How do I get through this? Like, she's doing handstands and everything in front of me, and I'm telling her to stop it, she's not listening, and then she turns around, does 3 spins and a dance move, and then she starts cackling hysterically on the floor, and then she keeps standing up and falling like she can't possibly get up because it's so fucking funny. I don't know what's happening. Help! There's that. Just the different energies in the house don't really mix. Mainly me and my mom's now. I feel like I am a lot like my mom, which I don't like to admit a lot because I want to be better than she was. But our energies don't clash. It's that, like, they do clash. Mainly because I've stopped giving reactions, and that angers her. And I'll give a reaction when I'm away. When I'm an hour and 30 minutes away, I'll go. I will argue with you all day long. When I'm here, I can't do that because that's just not good for me, because I can't. It's different when you're face to face with your abuser and the person who made you feel the way you feel now and is the reason that you have to unlearn all these things that have been programmed into your brain, than if I am at school and I finally have that courage, because I'm like, you can't touch me. You can't touch me. Because are you really gonna drive an hour and 30? Well, actually, she has said she would drive an hour and 30. Yeah, so not the best example, but like, I don't know. It's a lot being home. It's overwhelming. There's always this time, I don't know if anybody else can relate, but there's always this time where when I come home, depending on when I come home, over the summer, it's like a back and forth thing between I'm spiraling on my growth and my healing and my efforts to be better are for nothing, and I'm literally gonna die, like I'm suffocating because this is a fucking hell house and it's a box that I'm in. Or my healing and my growth and my unpacking everything wasn't for nothing. It's just that I'm around my triggers again and I'm actually fine. It's not my fault. I'm just around my triggers again, and they're all collected in this one space, and I'm stuck in this space for a month or 3 months. I'm not coming back for summer. I don't care what I have to do. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I don't want to come home for summer. I can't do that again, y'all. Like, the summer before I went to college was hell, was absolute hell. I wasn't allowed to stay up. I couldn't be on the phone. I would get yelled at for acting like I'm going to college. Like, me being excited about me like going to college was met with, oh, well, just know that's not your home. That's temporary. Like, oh, don't forget that you're still relying on me. That type of stuff. The summer after my first year of college was still crazy because, like, I've turned 18 now, and you know, I'm like, okay, I can have a little bit more free, because that's what I always thought. That's what, like, you know, TV, the bane of everybody's existence. TV always, like, taught us, like, oh, you know, once you turn 18, you're a big boss on campus, you're a bad bitch, you can go out whenever you want, you can do these things, your parents become more lenient. Because, like, I turned 18, I feel like I went back to when I was 12. Something isn't right here. Beep, beep, boop. Chim chong goes beep, beep, boop, boop, beep. Something ain't right here. I love making TikTok references. Just y'all how chronically online I am. No, but it's like, then the summer after, like, I couldn't go to my best friend's house. I didn't even go to her house often. I think I went like twice, 2 or 3 times last summer. Could not do that because I was over there too late. And one of the times, the reason that I was over there too late was because I was doing her hair. My mom knew I was doing her hair. And they came and picked me up from my house, and I went over and we started her hair. I did passion twist. That took a while. Hair always takes a while. Have we learned nothing? Ever. But yeah, it took me a while. And then my mom was like, it's 1 a.m. I'm like, yeah, I know, I told you. I could have slept over. But then you kept telling me to let you know when I was done, so I let you know when I was done. Then you're mad. And then she got mad at me because a whole situation that wasn't even my doing, right? It was my aunt had called. She's like, what are you doing today? And I was like, oh, I'm doing my best friend's hair. She's like, okay, what are you doing tomorrow and the next day? And I'm like, oh, I'm not doing anything. She said, well, do you want to come work at the daycare? I'm like, sure, period. She's like, I already talked to your mom. You know, she said it's fine. Just go ahead. You know, just wanted to make sure it's cool with you. I'm like, okay, proper. And then I get home and mom was like, what are you doing tomorrow? I'm like, I'm going to Auntie's house. She's like, why? Like, cause did we not talk? I've been told we talked. And apparently what had happened was my aunt called my mom and they had a conversation. My mom just wasn't listening, and she said okay to me going over there because she wanted to get off the phone. So she didn't actually listen to what was being said, and somehow that's my fault. And then my mom started going on about how I was going to this concert with my best friend later in the month, and she was mad that we didn't buy our tickets together, which rookie mistake. We didn't buy our tickets at the same time. We'll fix it next time. But you know, then she's mad about how she has to take us to Raleigh, and I'm like, well, we said we could take the train. She's like, no, well, da da da. Anyway, this isn't meant to be Kion unpack all his mom drama and bullshit 101. That's not what this is meant to be. This is me hating me home. Also, I hate sleeping in the same, y'all, I miss dressing up every day. Like, even if I wasn't going anywhere, like, I tried, it just got to a point because I'm like, why am I dirtying up my clothes for no reason? I'm not even going anywhere. It's the problem, I'm not going anywhere. I'm too stagnant. I'm stuck. I can't get out. Because, like, I can't just chill and listen to my music for the full day because I'm being too antisocial. And y'all wonder why I don't want to come home. I don't want to come home because you're constantly yelling at me, telling me I'm doing stuff wrong. My mistakes are never mistakes. My mistakes, like, if I make a mistake, it is the worst thing in the fucking world to her. And it's so crazy. That's so crazy. Because, like, why? I don't understand why parents do that. I feel like parents like that, like my mom, are taking their upbringing and projecting it onto their children. And that's terrible because then your children might project onto their children, and it continues the generational cycle that I personally am trying to break. And when I try to get my mom to join in on that breakage, all of a sudden I'm trying to psychoanalyze her. Like, I just became a psychology major a year and 5 months ago. About 4 months ago. 5 months ago. It's January now. What do you want from me? Like, I don't even have the tools to psychoanalyze you. Like, what do you want me to say that I'm going to use this for external validity? I'm going to find this external validity and see how this is generalizable to everything else, other contexts? What do you want? What do you expect me to do? I'm telling you that you're traumatized and you were also abused. Why don't you see that? You see it as discipline. Crazy. Anyway, that's my rant. I ranted. There's y'all, don't look at this. Y'all, whenever, I've noticed this, and it only happens when I come home. When I get stressed, a like, yo, when I get stressed, a big ass pimple forms on the middle of my fucking forehead in the same fucking place every time, and it's only when I come home. It is only when I come home. This doesn't happen at school. This doesn't happen when I'm at my grandma's house. It doesn't happen when I'm at my aunt's house for long periods of time. It is only when I come into this house that it forms, and it hurts. It pisses me off because it's so fucking big, and it bruises so easily. Anyway, guys, that's my rant. We'll be going back to college soon, so don't fret. It is okay. We will be going back to college soon. We will be back to our freedom and our lives. Our lives, not their lives, our lives. We deserve to live a life. We deserve to have freedom. We deserve to, you know, heal, and you will. And remember, it's not your fault that, like, you're not, hey, maybe you're not depressed. Maybe you're just home for the holidays. Maybe that's it. Because I know, like, I get really worried when I'm like, guys, like, what if, like, all my stuff is for nothing and I'm actually, like, falling back into, you know, that state I was in, like, middle school. And then I realized I'm literally just in a house with negative emotions and toxicity. It's not me. New Year, same me, because that was never the problem. But I hope you had a good New Year's. I definitely won't be posting this before the New Year ends. Fuck! Oh my god. I got through the whole video without really stuttering and then I fucked up. Before the last year ends, because I've re-recorded this so many times, I'm low-key getting irritated, but it's okay. But I love you. Yeah, that's kind of it. Also, I got a new septum. Wait. Oh my god. It's so much worse than I thought.
Oh god, I'll never make it this time.
Y'all, I might delete the channel. Oh my god. Anyway, guys, I wanted to show off the septum. It matches my earrings. I'm so happy. Yeah. Sexy ass motherfucker. Okay, goodbye. Goodbye.